One sunny morning, after a busy day of cleaning and delicious breakfast prep, the bears set off for a walk in the woods. Meanwhile, a curious girl named Goldilocks wandered by, enticed by the aroma of something tempting. Finding the door slightly open, Goldilocks peeked inside. What greeted her? 3 bowls of steaming soup. But would they be just right? Goldilocks, with a rumbling tummy, couldn't resist. First, she dipped a spoon into the biggest bowl, but it was too cold. Not for her. Next, she tried the medium bowl, but it was scorching hot. Yikes! She exclaimed, jumping back. Finally, she reached the smallest bowl. And lo and behold, the soup was perfect. Not too hot, not too cold, but just right. Goldilocks devoured every last drop, leaving the bowl sparkling clean. Feeling full but restless, Goldilocks ventured into the living room. 3 inviting chairs awaited, big, medium, and small. First, she tried the grandest chair, but it was much too big. She felt like a tiny doll. Next, she climbed onto the medium chair, but it was too wide and swallowed her whole. Finally, her eyes landed on the smallest chair, just her size. But as she sat down with a sigh, the chair creaked ominously and broke. Startled, Goldilocks looked for a place to hide. Upstairs, she found a room with 3 beds, big, medium, and small. First, she climbed onto the biggest bed, but it was hard and uncomfortable. Nope. Next, she tried the medium bed, but it was too soft and sunk in. Not ideal. Finally, she snuggled into the smallest bed. It was just right. Not too hard, not too soft, but perfectly cozy. Exhausted from her adventure, Goldilocks drifted off to sleep, unaware of the surprise waiting for her. Meanwhile, the bears returned from their walk. Pupper Bear, with his keen sense of smell, immediately noticed the open door. Someone's been in our house. He boomed in a deep, surprised voice. Mama Bear, equally alarmed, inspected the kitchen, finding the empty soup bowl and broken chair. Someone ate my soup and broke my chair, she exclaimed, her voice laced with concern. Little Bear, his eyes welling up, ran to his room, his small voice trembling. Someone ate all my soup, broke my chair, and is sleeping in my bed, he cried, heartbroken. The 3 bears climbed the stairs. Upon entering the room, Pupper Bear said, "Someone has lain in my bed." And Mama Bear exclaimed, "Someone has laid in my bed too." And Baby Bear said, "Someone is sleeping in my bed." And he began to cry inconsolably. Baby Bear's crying woke up Goldilocks, who very frightened jumped out of bed and ran downstairs until reaching the forest, never to return to the bear's house.